another Cookie Cast Sheet review. Hello everybody, and welcome to another Halloween episode of Cookies and the Mighty Stageverse, bringing you the NECA Cloth Edition Sam from Trick or Treat. Fully articulated figure and masterpiece. As far as I'm concerned, just looking at the sculpt and looking at the articulation and bringing him to life. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. NECA outdoes us again by having Sam stand. Oh wait, that's my own personal prop there. But looking over the cliff, if you remember from the movie, and all the souls that were lost that went over in the school bus. However, after recreating this moment, doing a little research because I'd never seen the movie before, oh wow, was I impressed. So, let's get right off to start with the figure. And we'll change the lighting up for you a bit if you care for it. And then we'll change it for the, at least for the packaging moment. But for the figure, we're gonna love this right now. Here's his knapsack. It comes with a knapsack. We weren't too previous to how many treats were in there or how many tricks. I filled this up myself. It's got a little prop in there from maybe the last time we had one of our chores and they didn't make it. So, it can open up. I do not believe this is real burlap. It's real soft. It comes with a little tie. And it's just strapped down right there, as you can see, that you can open and close. And of course, there's my prop inside of it that fits ever so snugly in there, just to keep it open. It frays really easy, so be careful. Now the detail on the knapsack, I want to point out. Look at that, there are a couple of patches there. I do like the attention to detail from the NECA artisans, but it is rather soft, so it's not real burlap. There's the other patch, if I mentioned the same patch, and it does open with a nice loose fitting rope there that is easy for cinching it up. Basic sack, very nice. I love the attention to detail with that patch there. I thought there was another one, maybe my eyes are deceiving me, but there it is right there, so you can see in the camera. Two patches, very nice stitching, and just gives that extra bit of wow. You know, they took the time to do that. Now, I would say that there's a piece of metal here, and I'm not too sure if you're going to be able to. Let's do my super zoom here with my wiggly finger. There he is right there. Oh, there's some. There's a piece of metal here. I advise, don't poke yourself. I'm not sure if it was meant to close the satchel there, but it isn't working, and it's rather pointy. Maybe even to use as a wiring to close and open the bag. But there's another edge here that's rather pointy, but you'll see it is like a hoop. Let's see if I can get it in there. Can you see it there? But it's just a point, and it's rather sharp. So I would say a little bit of a minus point there because it did hurt if you're not too careful. Now, straight to the figure though. Oh boy, we're in for a treat. This isn't a trick, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, Sam is wonderfully articulated. He's wearing a onesie. That's right. Okay, so for the spook factor, we're going to give you a little bit more light here in a second. But I just wanted to give you the spook factor to show that he can pose like that with his arm going up by his side and then up and around. Okay, for the articulation all the way back so he can do his heinous tricks in and around with that action going, hello, this is my name. I am Sam. And then he can stretch, doing the splits. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Sam is doing the splits. Let's move the prop out of the way so we can see even better that Sam is doing the splits. And we're going to change the mood lighting here because we want everyone to see the details. Whoa, okay. So Sam, can you show us again why you're doing the splits and leaning up against her so wonderfully? Something you may not remember in the movie, but Sam has his traditional lollipop. And again, he can do the splits. And we're going to raise him up because he was so quick in the movie with his friends and getting you and laughing. And of course, he's the exceptional posability. I'm having so much fun posing him and taking photographs with Jason, where he's in our other review that you remember from the Tiny Terrors line. It was very fun having them meet. Perhaps maybe even a cool ability to have them have a crossover one day even. I do like the idea. Now, Sam can also move backwards as if he's going to avoid his enemy. But look at you. But the posing is what I'm really impressed with so far. Okay, I love to be able to pose him, and he can go forward up on his like that, all the way back there. Let's see, and practically, but not actually touch to the heels with his buttocks. Okay, now again, it's a onesie, so I love it. And his articulation on his ball jointed head and neck are wonderfully done. Okay, and you can just move it without hindering up left in. Okay, let's go back on that to the right and to the left and back and forward. Not too bad. And then, of course, you have your arms. Going back to the arms, as you say, "Oh, I'm surprised, you got me." And it was, as he was taken out in the movie for a second and had to replace his limbs, or at least part of them. But as you can see, his elbow articulation is fantastic. And right back up to the knees. We'll go to the legs here. Look at that. He's into the martial arts, or he can even matrix himself into it. I mean, look at the posing. Okay, and that articulation can go all the way down and right back to the back. That leg is going to be able to practically again touch the buttocks. Now moving the onesie, you actually can see. Not quite. Oh, almost the elbow on the arm to make it. Just having a little fun with it. Now, all the way back to the knee. The knee is gently articulated, like he's going to do a super kick right there, and then come forward with the other one. It can also move all the way gently up. This is so fun. It's so flexible, and the onesie makes it's so soft. And again, with the patches there, just enjoying the fact that the knapsack had the same type of patches. And then, of course, oh, it's so soft. Let's see if we can show you the idea. I'm not doing it justice by if only you could feel through the camera, ladies and gentlemen. That is a very soft onesie-like material. Perhaps when you were a baby, a wee little one, you too can relive this, and that's why it just feels so good. Now again, look at that, right there on his bridges, so he can go sit down on the potty if he has to. Okay, attention to detail of that patch, and look at him. Okay, so we can sit him down and look at that. A little bit of Velcro, so you can see. Oh my goodness! Well, looky there. He's a bit human after all, but. Let's step it back from myself now. Look at the gloves. Now the gloves are very reminiscent of someone I remember. Maybe with some knives attached or something, some blades. But very well done. Sculpt is very well painted. I think I'm only missing one thing here, and that's the lack of articulation in the fingers. Would have been a little more fun to see it just crawl around. Okay, let's get out of the super. Oh, it's still really good. Look at that. Now if you look, move my thumb out of the way on my finger. Now let's get a little closer. Look at that glove. The stitching is very well done. I do love the stitching on there. And his little fingers just popping out of those beat gloves. Not sure what else they call them. It's like back in the old days, you could poof and your knuckles. But protecting the knuckles and keeping the fingers free. Even the thumb. Look at the thumbnail. Now that's attention to detail. Oh boy. Okay, very well, again, attention to detail, very well pointed out, no pun intended, on the fingernails. Look at that. Let me see if we can. Wow, look at that. Amazing. Now, let's get out the super zoom, unless you want to see his noggin. There's his noggin. Hello, everybody. Incredible attention to detail, again, on the artificial knapsack. This is way too soft to be real, but the stitching, I'm loving it. Going back and from the back and to the side to side. And his wonderful little buttons for his eyes, looking like, I don't think he made it, but that's okay. Another thing I do like is the waist action. Look at him. That makes it so flexible. Let's get out to super zoom. And there we go. Let's show you the waist. He's dancing, moving about, stretching, doing his calisthenics with his lollipop, his favorite weapon of choice, which also is very detailed. Let me see if we can zoom in on that bugger for you. Oh yes, looks rather tasty and deadly from what I understand in the movie and witnessed. It was quite the movie. I'm telling you, I'd love a backstory, Mike Dougherty, on maybe a sequel, a prequel, to see how this little bugger really can get into action than just what he's done. They say, hey look, I need to ride. See, I think it's already doing it. Just to get into the backstory for this gentleman, or this tiny person who's just incredible. Now, let's go to the feet. Just like a regular onesie. Okay, I want to do super zoom again. Proof. Whoa, look at that. Just like a regular onesie. You're gonna slip on your arse. But I love the grooves. Now look at that, because he's probably had to modify them, customize his own little onesie shoes so it won't be slipping and falling. Good on him. All right, come around here. And now look at the feet on the onesies. Now here's where we're gonna get into I do like the joints. If you'll notice, they're poking out a bit. However, one the attention to detail. Audience, if we were live, I'd ask you to push the button and tell you what's going on here. Everybody at one point either has a child, seen a child running around their onesies, and this was one thing I was rewinding on the movie just to make sure, if I noticed correctly, it's not a full onesie attachment. Now, maybe mine is defective and the glue popped it off of the shoes, but the onesies, and even in the movie, they're attached right there on both sides, all around. And I'm kind of wondering why that was not done even here, even though these, again, the ankle joints, look at that, nice articulation on his footsies there. Looking like flip-flops, okay? Like he's wearing slippers instead of the onesies. Now, that's not to say this is a bad ability to allow him to move, because I can definitely move. He won't move side to side on that. They can try, see? Very limited. You're going to break the joint if you do, but then you can move forward and backwards, and almost, if you look at the front of it, he's doing it. He's for that dancing motion, so he's dancing before you. So you can move back and forth, forward and back. Hello, he's just having fun. Looking. Yeah, I think he's just curious. He's curious about the camera there. So that's the only nitpicky item I have looking at the movie for reference, having not ever seen it before, just wanting to enjoy it. Let's take a look at his hand. There's his lovely hand. I love that because he can hold it so well, but I do wish that it was articulated, or at least interchangeable hands for the price point on this one. Some interchangeable hands to allow for the articulation and the opening and closing of this, maybe the fist, instead of just having it clenching his master weapon of choice. However, again, look at the detail. If you're into looking at sculpt and paint, exceptional paint and sculpt, almost looking like, yes, he's straight from the dead, risen, freshly rotted, if you might say. And now let's look at the wrist articulation. Let's see if we can get on a bit closer. The wrist articulation, wonderfully done. Does not hinder the figure's motion at all. Back and forward, and it turns around. Okay, so you're going to have lots of fun. Probably pop it out too, but I wouldn't recommend it. But again, I would have liked to, for the price point, had some articulation, had some additional accessories for him, which I know is coming in the Ultimate, which is fine, because perhaps there's some surprises in store for us. Now, the biggest surprise of this wonderful figure, and again, just loving the softness. I it's not actual burlap, but that's okay. Now let's see. I haven't done this because I love his face. Okay. Now the other one, when I saw the movie, I was like, oh my goodness, this is an incredible critter. But where is he coming from? What's he doing? I really would love a backstory, but now the biggest surprise of all, now you're going to hear that? It sounds like burlap. It sounds like the real deal. Now, brace yourselves. This is a bit of a rated R look. Here it comes. Open and close your eyes. Oh boy. Never done this before. Oh my goodness. Oh dear. Now that is the movie. Okay. When I saw this little chap's face, I could not believe it. Oh boy. I'm going to get a close-up of this bugger because it doesn't just look quite Halloween-y. This bugger looked like an alien. Alright, and I'm talking the little grey chaps that move around the green, whatever cattle you want to call them. But this bad boy, oh boy, we're going to pop off his head noggin now. Bye-bye. Oh, look at that. Okay, excuse me, Sam. You want to look too? Inside, there appears to be some sort of foam. It is foam. Now that is really cool. Now I can see how it stays on him so well, and it feels like an old-fashioned doll from back in the. I hate. It is what it is, all right. But it's a cushioning all the way in, and it's really cool. I do like that, and of course I know which way is which, so I don't have to worry about putting it back on. I was like, oh, how excited! His little noggin, and there's the rope that came with it. That I'm worried about. Don't want to lose that. So let's put it aside so we can look at Sam and study his features. That there is a really good sculpt. All right, take the feet on the onesies aside. Oh, look at that. And now that is exciting. His whole jaw is articulated. Look at that. It's like he's laughing. Oh dear, look at that. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Normally, I'm not into the horror figures, all right? But this one, the movie struck my fancy, and I wanted to check it out. And then just looking at the details in the eyes, and what is his nose cavity, because of course the cartilage is rotted off. And then, I mean, just look at the forehead itself. Now, you're telling me this doesn't look like what you could have been an alien in grey. However, all right, now it's starting to make some sense. Now I see it. All right, even after seeing the movie, I wasn't quite so sure. This guy is almost like a pumpkin. And look at that. Oh, no, okay. Got the right, the left, the forward, back. Look at his neck even. Oh, yeah. It's like it. This gentleman here, this wee little lad, is basically... Okay, look at the stitch in there. You know what that is? Oh, I wish I could get in closer. I don't know if those are actual seeds. They could be seeds. Seeds that have been embedded into his mouth to look like if they're actually... There you go, that's a good shot of it right there. The seeds embedded to look like teeth. But then, of course, inside, where you do have the teeth, and you have what appears to be a tongue. I'd like to pull that bugger down with my... I don't think that's going to let me do it. It's a solid tongue there. But very nice paint. Cavity. I love the chompers, of course. And I believe if I were to guess what Mike Dougherty was doing a... the whole pumpkin come to life. Now let me show you why. Look at that. He's basically a pumpkin turned upside down. So his stalk is the neck. His face is the evolution of pumpkin people. Yeah, look at that. Look at the forehead. Look at the brow. Right there in his nose. Look at the side pose. Now that's where that's why I'm noticing it right there. It's a blimmin' pumpkin. It's a pumpkin on a wee little lad. Let's go to the back. See? There it is. Without even... Ooh, now he's a pumpkin. He could be hiding in plain sight with that woman at the very beginning of the movie. Whew, ticked him off. And that was easy. So now look at that from the back. Okay, never mind his onesie. That's very good attention to detail. What is the Velcro there? I do like it. But look at that. Oh my goodness. That's quite the pumpkin. Alright, NECA artisans. You're giving your points back for the onesie that was not attached to the shoes. But I'll tell you, that's absolutely incredible. Perhaps the little lad was moving too fast in the movie that I didn't notice. He's a pumpkin head. Son of Pumpkinhead? Wasn't there a movie about that one day? Look at that. Oh, no. You can twist them all the way around, by the way. This is incredible. This is going to allow for, just like a video game, plenty of replayability and possibilities to even stop motion animation. A little bit of GIFs. I really love that the jaw is like, if he could say anything, he would. And that jaw just doesn't go up and down. It's kind of like a pushback action. So, you can hear it. Doesn't sound like it's going to snap off anytime soon. But again, very flexible. Or at least for the jaw portion of it. You're not going to break it there, see? So it's got some very good joints. He's sticking his tongue up in the upper cavity if he had one. Again, all his extra accoutrements have probably fallen off, as you can see. Even in his eyes. Let's see if I can get zoom in on there. Hello, Sam. Oh my goodness. That scared me. I'm shaking here. Wow, look at that. Look at those eyes. So he's still got pieces and chunks of red. Material, the mass, the sinew, mostly sinew is left to hold them together. And the teeth, of course, is just, again, my theory is that they're made of pumpkin seeds. And of course the insides, sculpted away pumpkin. Almost makes you hungry for pumpkin pie. But again, wow, I am impressed. NECA, again, I'll give this one 4.5 cool kicks out of 5 only because of the feet right here, the onesie not being attached. Is the ultimate going to show different? We'll find out. But again, if you want to look at the feet, look at that. They're still very nice. Very good sculpts, good paint. It's got texture. It's got the detail in the sculpt. They spare no expense, huh? Looks just like a onesie shoe, but I think it should be connected. Maybe it wouldn't last very long, but of course for collectors, or make it last longer. We'll have to glue it together. There, let's pull him apart at the super zoom. He's getting tired, floating around there. I mean, look at that. The flexibility of this little lad is amazing. So I highly recommend it. And I'm not really into hard figures, as I was explaining earlier. Now, go ahead and sit there, Sam. You want to sit there? The only other issue I have after this review is that I suspected when I was first opening up my figure of Sam that it was collector-friendly packaging. And there's on the back that you have the background for him over there. Very nice, very detailed. But the packaging was actually a little harder to open, and I ended up ripping it from the seams of what. If you can, I'll bring it in here. Hopefully the lights aren't too bright on that bugger. But it tore open. Sorry, Sam. Don't come get me tonight. And these little buttons and doodads ended up pretty much breaking right here. So it's not, it can go back in, that's fine, but you got some sharp edges and you're gonna hurt your, I mean, if your kids were crazy enough to want to come in and play with this stuff, they're gonna cut themselves, and you probably will too. I didn't cut myself on this. So maybe a different type of idea for the clamshell so that it can be collector friendly. I didn't care, I just wanted to open it, and I thought this is gonna make it even better because it is the opportunity to, see there's another nick. Another tear there, and it was going to be a very good opportunity to open the figures. Getting into opening these bad boys and going, wow, I get to play, and he got to meet Jason. Jason was so honored. He was offering in one of the promo shots. You saw he was offering his machete. Look at that right there. He's like, oh, trick or treat, here you go, you can have it. And he's all like, oh, I like it. But it's just Sam, just here, get back out of there, Jason. He doesn't need another one. He's got his. But again, highly recommend the figure. Would suggest, other than the feet being attached there with the onesie, the material to the footsies, that the packaging be a little more collector friendly if it was truly meant to be able to open and close. I mean, it's maybe some sort of. There's got to be something, and. Instead of the little squares, I would maybe suggest a seam all the way around, kind of like a stitching here that he has on his costume. We have to go. Oh, there he is right there, and maybe like that, and then you could easily go, But again, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you, and so does Sam as he's looking like he's just dancing away. And then, of course, when he got blown to smithereens in his little lollipop, in the same instance, then he could put it right back along with his head feature. Let's see if we can put that back on. Now that's what I was worried about, getting it back on. So where my stress level is rising. Oh, it wasn't so bad. How do you feel under Sam? Is the foam lifting up on your face? That's another concern. So let's do this live for at least live now, to make sure you get his head in there. It'll get in there, but I'm concerned that the foam doesn't rise up the wrong way on his face and then ruin the packing in there, and I can feel it having a little bit of trouble. So this is a first time for everything. Rather than ruin him again, this is the front, this is the back. Let's see if I can shove my fingers, give him there we go, it's snuggling. Get in there, Sam, come on. Oh, whew. Oh, the stress of just shoving his little head on there. It feels like it's about right. I like it to be this way it was. So there's Sam, and then we're going to put this on him, I believe, like that. And then, of course, give him the tie. Alrighty, look at that. Have we back on there? Alright, Sam. Whew, it feels just as, it's the soft, the comfort. I mean, you'd never even know Sam's noggin was in there, going to come off. That would have been, I mean, had you never seen the movie, never advertised it, he'd have stayed just like that, because that's what's in the movie. Until he rips it off and it seems like a little alien. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This is Kurkix reminding you there is a giveaway. As you visit our page, comment, like, subscribe, and you'll have an opportunity to win. And here's an update. We are at 97 subscribers. We hit 100, we're going to do a giveaway. But of course, it has to get there. And then, of course, the gateway to 1,004 or 24. Either way, we want to keep you all satisfied with entertainment and content. So just these wonderful figures here. We'll put the link on there for you to see if you want to. Oh, go ahead, take it. What's that? Did you get Pennywise somewhere? Hello, son. Oh, shoot. That's another episode. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Kurkix and the Mighty Theatre saying, another Cookie Cars. We're not strangers anymore. Review. Thank you very much, everybody. Comment, like, subscribe. Kurkix out.